Hashtag no music, no intro. Another episode of the Saints Block Party podcast. We are week 14 of the NFL season. Got five more, whatever. I don't even know how many more games left after this Sunday. We will be previewing the Saints taking on the New York Giants in New Jersey. But this is going to be a very I don't know, fun, informational podcast episode as some news or some rumblings came out from Jeremy Fowler regarding Mickey Loomis and his status as Saints GM, and more than likely that's going to remain the same. And some things that came out post game after the Rams with Derek Carr, and maybe some him audibling calls, or just got some stuff to talk about, right? Just got some stuff to talk about. Um, I kind of want to. I want to start with. Is it not playing? I want to start with the Mickey Loomis piece because I feel like that's such a big piece of everything. If you're watching this on YouTube, we appreciate you like and subscribe. We're trying to put this on uh, Twitter. Okay, so it's on Twitter now. But I'm going to start there, and I'm actually going to pull up exactly what it said. I think I had it up, waiting for you to get on. I was trying to get a little organized. Let's see if this works, so we can read it word for word. Look at that. Boom. There you go. All right. Doing things. Okay. So this is Jeremy Fowler from ESPN. The early belief among league insiders is that Mickey Loomis has had a good chance to remain as Saints general manager. There's probably some people in the Saints front office listening to me read this, and they're like, "What? These niggers can read?" Anyway, um, that's not 100%, but that's what people in the know on these sorts of things are predicting. The Saints have traditionally valued connectivity and familiarity, which can be a factor in the interview process. Lions defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn, a Saints defensive back coach from 2016 to 2020, is expected to get a look in New Orleans. Bills offensive coordinator Joe Brady, a Saints offensive assistant from 2017 to 2018, and the LSU offensive coordinator. we were just talking about this in Discord, bro. When Joe Burrow led the Tigers to a national championship is a logical name as well. And an intriguing candidate for would be Broncos defensive coordinator Vance Joseph, who is from the New Orleans area. The Saints will likely cast a proverbial wide net, but I think their tendency towards familiarity is noteworthy.
Perfectly said.
Shout out to TC, 4.99 super chat weekly. We are in hell comment. That said, thank you for what you fellas do and keep up the great work. Thank you very
Appreciate
much,
that.
TC. Feels like it's going to be a long off season ahead of us. However,
Oh, baby.
here's the thing that I guess I think the chances of Mickey Loomis being ousted wasn't very high.
Oh, no.
But the thing that I want to know as a fan, and we're not going to really know. Maybe I'll know. Maybe I'll put it on here if I find out. Is Mickey Loomis? I want to know if he's willing to be the GM and he hires the head coach and he lets the head coach be the head coach. Right? That was not the case with Dennis Allen, and
No.
Dennis Allen was not a good head coach at all. But Dennis Allen didn't really have any much power in the organization, even as a head coach. And I
No.
kept trying to tell people that the whole thing regarding Spencer Rattler starting, the person that finally signed off, that okayed it, it wasn't Dennis Allen. It was Mickey Loomis.
Right.
Mickey Loomis had to sign off on it before the whole process started. And so I hope it's not a situation where whoever he hires, and I think he wants to hire like a puppet, like someone that he could just, puppeteer and blah 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 blah. And I hope whoever he hires, if it's an Aaron Glenn or whoever it is, they like, nigga, nigga, who is you? you an executive. You
Right.
exec, I coach. That's my fear, and that's the biggest question I have going into this offseason.
it's the ultimate question. And the thing, what Mickey Loomis likes to say is they felt like they could develop Dennis Allen into a great head coach.
Mm,
Like that's the type of ego we talking about. You're a
mm.
suit. You're a suit. You're a suit. Like you are a suit who sits at a desk, and you think you could develop a head coach, a football coach.
Oh, coach,
Like,
bro.
that's not your job. That is not the general manager's job. Your job is to facilitate. Your job is to manage the organization. But it's yes, good organizations do develop coaches, like the good organizations do.
Yeah,
But you can't. Head coach is it's not somebody you just come up with like, okay, we gonna develop him to a head coach. Yes, look, when you become a head coach, you definitely need to become better. Sean Payton became a better head
absolutely.
coach from when he started to
Don't
years
don't
later. And
don't get started with that nigga right now.
we're,
Nigga,
we're
nigga got
talking about
nigga got a whole developed a whole ass defense and a young quarterback out here just cooking, nigga. Oh,
in one season, bro. Get the fuck out my face, man. Smack the shit out of Sean Payton, bro.
anyway, I'm sorry.
Anyway, but yeah, it's like whoever comes in here, I don't care who it is, and how you do it, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because the relationship between a head coach and GM is very important, and if it goes bad, it's bad for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody.
If that relationship is not working, the whole team you start having factions going against each other. You don't want that. You got to find a way to collaborate together, but still like challenge each other. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So I wanna piggyback off that because I want to stay with that of terms of challenging each other, but I want to be careful and parse how I say this. But there's a strong chance that Mickey Loomis would want to bring back Derek Carr as the quarterback for the Saints if the Saints get to a certain number of wins this season. Which aside, it's just awful thinking. Like when you talk about looking beyond the results, there isn't a player in the league that you need to look beyond the results more with than Derek Carr.
oh my
But
God, he is the epitome
of
of look
looking
beyond the
beyond the
results.
results, right? I digress. My question is, if Mickey Loomis is going to be in these head coaching interviews, and let's say he's straddling the incoming head coach with Derek Carr as starting quarterback, what if the candidate says, you know what, Mickey, I've seen Derek Carr in the league over the last couple of years, and I'm not impressed. I've played against him as a defensive coordinator. I played against him as a blah blah blah, and he doesn't inspire me to be. He doesn't inspire to be. He doesn't inspire me as a starting quarterback in the NFL. So while he's on the team, when training camp comes around, I'm going to hold an open quarterback competition. I'm not going to name a quarterback starter. I'm not going to tell the media who the starting quarterback is because right now there is no starting quarterback, and we're going to have an open competition, and whoever wins the competition in training camp and in preseason is going to be the starting quarterback. So if a candidate comes out and says that in an interview, then what is Mickey's response going to be? Because if it's going to be, well, then you're not going to be the head coach of the Saints. Oh my God, that is
We in a dark place then. We in a dark place then. That if that's the situation where I hope other people are being interviewed, in the interview meeting. You know what I'm saying? Because if that was the case, bro, and I hope Loomis ain't like that. I hope he ain't that bad. I hope he ain't that bad.
part of me feels like I feel like he can't be that bad because he, to some degree, obviously had to sign off when Jeff Ireland wanted to trade up and draft Michael Penix this in top 10 of the draft, right?
Right.
So that to some degree tells me that he's open to it, but it's just my thing of, and I've already said this, it's a scary thing. Like I've been told this. I've been told these Saints are, of all the head coaching opportunities that are going to be open in the NFL, the Saints are the worst destination and like least destination that people will want to come to. When you think about it, like makes sense. Cap space. Who are the talented players? potentially having Derek Carr, dealing with Mickey Loomis. Like, this is dark, bro. It's
Dark,
dark,
man.
bro.
Dark. I get it. Like I get it. It wouldn't shock me whatsoever. I mean, the only selling point I think the Saints have is it's like you're in the NFC South. The GM owner seemed pretty patient. You know, it's not like the Raiders where you find the coach every year or the Jets or whatever. That's about it. Like it ain't really much. You strapped with salary cap, issues. The roster, man. I was just sitting back this week just looking at the roster,
Talk
and I
about it,
was
bro.
I was comparing it to 2022 when Sean Payton left. Looking at the roster to looking at the roster now, just going one for one each position. I was like, wow, like the team's actually worse. It's
Ooh,
actually
buddy.
worse since 2022. And like that's the GM's job. Say what you want about Dennis Allen. That is the job of the
Yes,
GM
sir.
and the scouting staff. And the team is at best it's even. It's the same. But even like the good players you had 2022, they're still on the team and they're older now.
Right.
Cam Jordan's not the same player. Demario Davis
Mario
not the same
Davis.
player. Tyrann Mathieu not the same player. Taysom Hill, we know what happened to him, but it's like Alvin Kamara luckily is like flourishing right now, but he's on the tail end of his career at least. Um, and then you look at the young players, Fuaga, that looks like a hit.
Yes.
Um, Brissy, we can go back and forth about, how good he is, but he's at least showing something. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? He's showing something that you could build on.
Brees might mess around and get double digit sacks as a defensive tackle, Ryan.
He's like second in sacks as a DT, and he might end up number one. Might end up number one. I'm
Whatever,
just
bro.
saying.
Anyway.
I'm just saying. Like he has warts. I'm not saying he doesn't have
Yes,
warts,
he does.
but I'm saying that's something. But he's a part of the young core going forward. I mean, who else? I mean, Latte Taylor. It's like, damn. It's like, man, it's not a lot of young pieces to build on going forward. So you're going to
Not a
need
lot at all, bro.
not a lot, bro. I'm like, geez. And just to say that you starting from 2022, like this reset, this is when we restarting, and you didn't go anywhere. You didn't go anywhere.
Well, let's keep going with that thought. They didn't. A big reason why they didn't go anywhere, largely, is because they wanted to keep continuity, right? And what? Let's fast forward 2 years. 2 years later, and I feel like I can say this out loud. Everyone in the Saints front office organization would like a clean, fresh start. Meaning no ties to like the former regime, no ties to Sean Payton. I don't think it's a slight at Aaron Glenn. I don't think it's a slight at anyone, but it's just they've been through it. They've been through it, and everyone wants some new. Can we get a little new? It might not work out. It may not work out, but at least it's new. And the only person in the Saints front office who is still so determined to keep the continuity and going with familiar is Mickey Loomis. And this is not to say Aaron, this is being hypothetical, right? This is not to say Aaron Glenn might not be the guy come in, completely change the culture again for the second time, because Sean came in and changed it again, build a program. He might be that person, but there is hesitancy of all the executives of wanting to just start anew and afresh. Another thing kind of tied to that though, man, they might be limited in being able to start anew, bro. Like they might have to go with someone that they know, because it's just not it's not a destination people want to come to. It just isn't.
You might have to hope you get lucky, with the musical chairs, how they work out. Maybe a guy that, because we just saying, we keep talking about like, oh, Aaron Glenn. Shit, Aaron Glenn might get snatched up by somebody else.
Shit.
Might be a hot ticket and get a nice paycheck and get on up out of there. You know what I'm saying? So you might be left like looking at just the bottom three who left like, you know what I'm saying?
Like Joe Brady, Darren
Joe
Rizzi,
Brady,
like
yeah. And look, they might be the guy. You know what I'm saying?
might
Like
be.
one of those
They
might
might
be
be,
the
bro.
guy.
They
So
might be, bro.
you just don't know, but you can't go in it hyper with
Fixated.
tunnel vision, fixated and with tunnel vision, thinking thinking I want my coach to keep this player, or I want my coach to do this. No, you got to let them. You got to pretty much let them run the roster. Yes, you got to do the scouting. Yes, you got to do your input. But if he comes in there and is like, look, man, I can't start Derek Carr. You the business guy. Okay, we can't cut him because of cap, dead money, this and that. Okay, but I'm not playing him. He gonna sit on the bench. Y'all got to figure out the business side. But I'm gonna start Spencer Rattler. Or I'm gonna start this third round pick quarterback we drafted, or whatever. Or maybe you bring in a veteran
Ryan
quarterback,
Tannehill.
right? Tannehill, something like that. Whatever. You got to let that coach make that decision because it's just too important, man. It's too important. And please, can we have some long term thinking in the building?
Please.
Outside of maybe we can compete and win the NFC South. Like, let's think a little bigger than that. Like, let's think, how can we win championships? How can we be a contender every year? How?
Something that Sean did every season, no matter where the Saints finished, is he watched the playoffs and he saw the teams. He said, we need, how can I build my team to beat well, back then it was the Patriots,
Yep.
the Eagles,
The
the
Eagles.
49ers, the
Yep.
teams that were the cream of the crop, right? So whoever this head coach is, they got to, okay. In the NFC, we got to figure out how we got to be the Detroit Lions. Meaning, and this is just be on the spot, right? Detroit Lions got two bookends. Yes, they do a lot of passing, but the bulk of their offense is really devised off having a very strong run game and playing action off that run game. So what does that mean? I got to build my defense to be able to stop the run to make Detroit one dimension. Like, that's just simple shit, Ryan. It's just simple shit, bro. Detroit. How you got to beat Detroit? How you going to beat the Eagles, right? The Eagles beat the Saints 2 years in a row. How'd they beat them? Oh, well, Saquon Barkley. They got an elite O-line. What? The Eagles can run the ball really.
Mobile quarterback, man.
It's just very simple shit. But if you're, like, to your point, if you're just saying we got to just win, we got to get 8 wins, we got to get 9 wins and get the NFC.
But but who sets that overall strategy and the framework? Like you said, Sean Payton, he's underneath setting the framework. Hey, I want big corners. I want a Seattle style defense. Like we know that didn't work out, but I'm just saying, like at least.
I understood the process behind it.
Exactly. Even going back in the day when he was having problems with the cover 2 type defenses.
Yep.
Go and get big tight ends that can work in the middle of the field. Having trouble with 3-4 defenses. That was an issue early in the show.
Sure was, bro. You would fire him, bro.
Fine, figured that out. It's like you got to have a CEO type head coach that could see the entire game on, like, hey, how do we win every week? What are the different type of ways that we win every week? Yes, everybody wants to be physical. Everybody wants a run game. Everybody wants an explosive pass game. Everybody wants that. We know
everybody,
that.
bro.
But specifically, how do we win every week? It's hard to do. Like the great coaches are great because they figure out how to do that. You know what I'm saying? They figure out how to win most of the games. Different opponent. We saw the Broncos get the shootout. This past they had been. Everybody looked at them like, okay, this is a team that the defense has to carry throughout the season. Now they're flipping it. Defense struggles a game. They got Bo Nix out there slinging that thing.
Offense got to go win it.
Offense got to go win it. That's what team building is, man. You can't have a team the game has to go this way for this to win. No, you're gonna struggle living like that, boy.
That is a Derek Carr led team.
100%. Everything got to be perfect with Derek Carr. Perfect. That's the thing. Derek Carr is a pretty good quarterback if he has great protection, a great run game, good pass catchers, good defense, good special teams, good kicker game. Yeah, he's a pretty good quarterback. I'm like, yeah.
Nigga,
I'm sure he is.
when you list all those fucking qualifiers.
Okay, go get me Tyrod Taylor. Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes like, nigga, I wish.
You go get me Tyrod Taylor. Bring Teddy Bridgewater back for all that shit. Like, damn.
Let me catch up on the chat real quick, and then we'll go into the Derek Carr thing before we actually get into the breakdown. Our dude Gilk said, man, Joe Brady would be such a wild decision. Seems unearned by him to even be considered to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does feel a little weird. Drew Donaldson said, "Oh, he deleted his message. My bad, Drew." Okay. Dante said, "I feel of all the candidates, Glenn has the biggest bust potential." Interesting. Interesting. Lob 32 City, Saints Giants, $90 to sit behind the visitors' bench. I'm in Jersey. Should I pull up? Little annoyed because I paid a little more than that, but around maybe like probably like 100, like $10, 10, $15 more than that for me and Jay because we're not in the visitors bench, but we close 133, right behind. So anyway, I want to make this segue. We talk about Derek Carr, then we'll go hit our break with our sponsor, then we'll come back and actually preview the Giants game, even though I don't even know there's a lot to preview. Darnell said, "Are the Saints interested in Milrow?" I don't know. Drew Donaldson, Saints have gotten slower at linebacker and dog shit stopping the run on the inside. Defense used to take pride in stopping the run.
Gone, bro.
Can I just take a quick aside? And we haven't talked about this a lot on the podcast this season because we have our own shit to talk about as Saints fans. This Zack Baun thing is
It's like in your face. It's like every time I open Twitter, leave me alone.
like we saw him going off to New England or
Yeah.
Steelers and having like a little being a good rotational player, maybe like a spot starter.
Mm-hmm.
This nigga went to the Eagles and has become one of the best linebackers in football, Ryan. Zack Baun!
Make it make sense, Adam. Make it make sense.
This nigga is now good in coverage. Good in coverage all of a sudden, bro. Like I know. Remember that Green Bay game after it was that Green Bay game. Maybe it was the Ravens game. No, it was the Green Bay game. He was put in like coverage and he was getting worn out on those boot actions, bro.
Worn out, bro.
I need. Bruh, I don't.
I can't figure it out. I can't.
He might end up being an all-pro at linebacker this year,
I
right?
think he is.
Not first time, and if not first team, second team all-pro linebacker. Zack fucking Baun, bro.
I think he is, bro. I mean, his stats are amazing, bro. I was looking at his statistics. I'm like, God damn, this boy is balling. And what's so funny about it is, when they drafted him and they said they were gonna put him at off-ball linebacker, we were like, "What?"
We were, bro.
And
we were gassed by it.
And our whole time was like, "Man, like, why don't you use him as a pass rusher?" He goes to the Eagles as an off-ball linebacker and flourishes. So I'm just like, what is happening here? And it kind of like, okay, I guess the scouting was right. I mean, they had that right, but
so
everything
was right. Then there's to me, that's a direct reflection on man. I can't. Oh, bro. If we gonna be in this. We gonna be at the Senior Bowl, credentials pending. I swear to God, I don't care if it's someone on the Eagles. I don't care if it's someone on the Saints. I'm asking them, why did Zack Baun have the season that he did with the Philadelphia Eagles this season that he was unable to have with the Saints for the last 4 years? I need to know, nigga. I need to know.
What happened? What happened, bro?
Luke said, I see Eagles people trying to sell bonfire merchandise. Run us our royalties. Give Joey his royalties. Give Joey his royalties. God damn it.
Joey Flag deserve his ends for that, man.
Please. It's just insane, bro. Every time I'm turning on Red Zone or the Eagles in prime time, this nigga just flying all over the field. His ball head. I'm glad he got rid. He was holding on to it a little bit. I'm glad he got rid of that shit because it was looking rough.
What's crazy is though, like we had Caden Ellis and Zack Baun on the roster.
On the roster, bro.
And we sitting there looking at our linebackers like, damn, we suck again. Like, oh no, we suck again. We had these young guys. Jesus. Self-scouting, man. Like, man, self-scouting. If you could conquer self-scouting in the NFL, that'll take you a long way. Take you a long way.
So long. Drew said Saints need a coach who pushes the senses in the players, a coach who coaches the players hard on the game at practice, even if the opponent is just weak. Flip the damn script. Hopefully. Jake said, like going to high school with Alexis, Texas. I'm not gonna even talk about my Alexis, Texas story I have. Anyway,
Lord, I ain't heard that one.
It's nothing super spicy. But let's talk about the Derek Carr thing.
Is she racist? Or is that
that's a whole
industry thing?
That's a whole thing that I feel like we should get my my dude CJ on and we could really talk about it, because it's like, is someone racist if they don't want to do interracial scenes? Does that make them racist?
It's an industry thing. Okay, yeah.
Anyway. Derek Carr. Jashawn said, no, she's taking black shit now? Listen.
Hey.
I will say though, this is completely different side of Adam coming out that I try to keep locked away. It's very interesting to me that in the industry, a female performer typically gets paid more for their first interracial scene. It's
very fascinating, bro.
Isn't that fascinating? It's like, is our dicks worth more? I don't know. Anyway, Wayne said instant demonetization. No. But Derek Carr, he seems to be back to his audibling self, bro. His audibling self.
Who told you to change the goddamn play, boy?
So last year, Pete Carmichael offense, Derek Carr was just audibling plays all over, bro. Just all of them plays. And this was told to me. Like, I know this for sure. The Texans game that we were at, you had to leave early when they were in the red zone to be able to, take a lead in the game, maybe? They had 4 downs. He audibled every 4 plays, bro. All 4 plays he audibled, and they were just disaster plays, okay? I think at the end of last season, at some point, they're like, nah, bro, whatever Pete calls, you're going to have to go out there and run it. Going to this offseason, going to training camp, we heard that he wasn't going to really be audibling plays. Like, it was going to be blah, blah. And that seemed to be, that's what was happening, right? He wasn't really audibling plays and changing, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if after when it changed, if it was after the bye week or what, but now it seems like I don't know if audibling is like the correct term, but maybe he's given like 2 plays, right? He's given 2 plays, and if he sees a certain look, he can change the play that's called to the second play.
He can't even handle that, bro.
You can go back and watch our Zoom live stream against the Rams. Every time he was making checks at the line, all of us was like, "Oh Lord, here we go."
No.
So then it comes out. Shout out to our dude MDS, Cannon, who put this out, and then Darren Rizzi was like, "Well, he didn't really do an audible. He did a check." I'm like, "No, Darren, don't do that. Don't do the DA shit. Don't do DA." But MBS was like, "Yeah, he changed the play. He thought it was it man? He thought it was man." So the play that was called was a zone beater, if I remember correctly. The play was called a zone beater. Derek Carr goes in the huddle, thinks it's man, so he changes the play to like a passing concept that would beat man. And then the Rams dropped into a zone, and he still had 4 seconds, right? He still had 4 seconds. MVS is wide open. Bro, this man was the Jake Paul and Tyson just buffering, bro.
We used to turn the PlayStation on, just stuck there loading, just like.
This is the quarterback that Mickey Loomis has insisted to bring him back, bro. Oh my God.
Oh my God, bro. And what was funny is, like, we were like, man, please don't put a tight end on Jared Verse or whatever. And poor Foster fighting for his life out there. Got that man 4 seconds.
He held up for 4 seconds. Foster Monroe. This man beat cancer and then held up against Jared Verse for 4 seconds, and Derek Carr still couldn't hit a man who was wide open.
If you go watch the rep, man, Foster had him run the whole arc, brought him all the way around, and Carr just. And what drives me crazy, and what everybody noticed this, like there's like this huge area of space, like right in front. Like the whole play is on the front side, so that he doesn't even have to look over here. All the players right here, all the players are right there. So all you got to do is at least just can you step up a little bit, run and throw something. But he just and it's not nothing new. We see this time and time again, time and time again. This is the Derek Carr experience, man. We've seen this over and over and over and over. It's just like, I don't know what else y'all want me to say. Yes, I'm sure you can find EPA and completed yards over expected and this and that, blah, 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 blah. I'm sure you can find those stats and they look good and all that. I watched the game. I watch the actual game every week.
Every single fucking snap of Derek Carr for almost 2 fucking seasons, bro.
Like, I don't want to hear none of that shit. I watch. And I know what good quarterback play looks like. I know what it looks like. So I know what it doesn't look like either. That ain't good quarterback play, bro. It ain't. It ain't, man.
It's not.
That shit was hilarious, though, bro. It's like, what are you doing, man?
The Michael Lombardi quote on it. Just
bro. He was hot as us, bro. He was like you can't even, like what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? So you cannot win with this guy. That's what he said. His quote: "You can't win with this guy.
Can't do it.
You're not gonna win."
Lob 32C says he may be the most boring quarterback to watch in the league right now. I just need someone that's entertaining at this point. That's why, like, when I know people, like, there are a lot of people who like can't, like, just is like appalled about the idea of like Jalen Milroe being drafted by the Saints. At least I know I beat. Like, will there be some disasters on Sunday?
Oh, no question.
Absolutely. But would there be like some plays where he busted a 60-yard run for a touchdown and some? Oh. Dante said MBS knows a good quarterback play too, which is why he threw him under the bus. Man, play with Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes.
MBS like, I didn't play with AR, I didn't play with all these guys.
Oh
like,
shit, yeah, him too.
So it's like, and he just, he team to team at this point. So he like, shit, I don't care. Say what I gotta say. You know what I'm saying? I know he was just like, damn, this boy dumb. Damn. Dumb quarterback.
Dumb, bro.
You 11 years in the league?
11? All right, let's get over to our sponsors at Underdog Fantasy and hear from them, and then we will be back to actually talk about the Giants and Saints. Saints game. We'll be back after our sponsor.
Underdog is the best place to cash in on all your takes this football season. Which players are going off? Which ones are cold? Make your entries in just a few taps and turn your sport opinions into real money. Wide receiver hurt? Every dog deserves a second chance. And with Underdog Rescues, you can get your money back and receive a promo if any early injury causes your entry to lose.
I love Underdog Fantasy. Underdog is the best place to play champions. So sign up and deposit now using promo code BLOCKPARTY to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Download the app today and use the code BLOCKPARTY to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Again, download the app today and use the code BLOCKPARTY to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Will Derek Carr throw for over 75 yards, higher or lower? You decide using Underdog Fantasy.
Download the app today and use code BLOCKPARTY to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. That's code BLOCKPARTY to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Higher or lower, you make the call on Underdog. Must be 18 years or older, 19 or older in Alabama, Nebraska, 19 or older in Colorado for some games, 21 or older in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. That's 1-800-639-8783 or text Next Step
to 53342. In New York, call 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467-369.
We are back. We currently have 29 concurrent viewers on right now. We appreciate y'all very much because we are recording this Wednesday night, 8:30 Pacific time, 10:30 Central time. Appreciate y'all. Let's talk about this Giants game. I'll be there. My first time at MetLife, my first time back in New York / New Jersey since like 2012. Got some good seats. Really excited to get some really good pictures for the podcast more than anything, honestly. This should be a game that the Saints win. Mark said it's going to be 28 that day, Adam. I will be there no matter what. It should be a game that the Saints win. Drew Lock announced to be the starter, so we don't get Danny DeVito starting at quarterback. Sounds like Kendra is going to be back. Can Kendra just shut up and just play?
Shut up! Like, stop talking. Gonna let the dog out. What? You ain't make it through a quarter. Season 1 quarter. Like,
Please,
let's go out there and perform, bro. Hey,
please, shut us up, bro. Shut us up. Dexter Lawrence hurt on IR. Giants rookie tight end who was looking good. Theo Johnson out of Penn State on IR. So he's hurt too. This is where that I go back and forth because I'm going to be there, so I want them to win, right? I want them to win. But I also know that the more that they win, the more that also may mean that Derek Carr is going to be on the team. But this should be a game that they should win. They should be able to run the ball with AK. The Taysom injury hurts, but they get Kendra back. I know Eric McCoy was a limited practice today, so he might be back for this game. Go out and win this game. It's not going to help your draft position at all, but go out and win this game, and then maybe lose all of the rest of the next ones, and I don't really care.
Yeah, seriously. Look, teams are kind of even. Look, Drew Lock, he's not very good, but he's a good athlete. He could take off and run. He has a good arm. It wouldn't shock me if he can get cooking with Malik Neighbors and Wandale Robinson or whatever.
LSU, Louisiana-born players love showing off against the Saints, bro.
They love it, man. So none of that would surprise me. Theo Johnson, that hurts. Their running game, not great, but I mean, look, Tyrone Tracy.
Yeah, he got some juice, bro.
Yeah, he got juice. He's averaging 5 yards a carry. Like, I mean, this could be a game, bro. Like, I don't expect the Saints to go up there and just like mollywop them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's gonna probably feel similar to the Bears game we were at last season.
Mm-hmm. Well, just like, damn.
Like that first half, it was like this nigga's gonna win.
Are they gonna win this game? Shit. And then pause the Debo started picking off balls, and it's like, okay.
Okay. Yeah. Jay Sean said Derek Carr said the Saints have players that can fit Taysom Hill's role. Nigga, where?
What are you talking about, bro? Shut up. Shut up, too. Be quiet, too.
It's funny because I know he's had some missteps, but and I don't think he'd be an option just because of just familiarity. And I don't even know if the Giants are going to let him go, but I think they probably will. But like, I feel like Brian Dable would be just a good candidate. Like, if I think like a good person that could come in and be kind of build what the Saints need. Like, I would prefer the Saints were to hire Brian Dable over, say, like a Joe Brady, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
So
he's
there's a
interesting, bro.
he is. He's very interesting, and I always just go
And
back
and
to.
I don't
Go
know
ahead.
what to think about him, like, cause like he has that 2022 season where that was a bad team, and he got him to the playoffs, bro. Like I don't care what nobody say.
Not
Like that
only got him to the playoffs,
won a
got a
playoff
playoff
game.
win, bruh.
That was a bad team, bro. Like nobody expected that team to be good. But then, like I was reading this article earlier, just pretty much like doing an autopsy on like the last 10 years of the Giants or whatever. Because I was just curious, like, damn, why are the Giants this bad? They've been bad for a while now, and it just went through the whole thing of, just all the different GM hires. You had Gettleman come in there. Then he was getting into it with Joe Judge. You had Pat Shermer. You had McAdoo. Then you got this new regime come in. Joe
Joe
Schoen
Judge.
on that Joe Judge. And you got Joe Schoen come in and Brian Daboll. They supposed to work together, and that first season kind of caught them by surprise because they go to the playoff with a playoff game and
Hmm.
they were, Joe Shane was kind of looking like, okay, we're gonna slow build this thing, but then they win a playoff game. It's like shit. They thought they were better than they were by winning that playoff game. Even he admits that,
Self scouting.
and and so they paid Daniel Jones and all that stuff. Self scouting, man. Like go
It all
back
goes
to it, bro. Like
all goes back to it, bro. I
yeah,
was saying the ballsy thing, yet the right thing that the Giants should have done after that playoff run is that they should have let Daniel Jones walk. I said it. I said it.
or at the very least, go test the market.
Yes.
Go get the number. You go see who's gonna pay you that
Are
money.
you?
You go ahead. You set a little number, a safe number that makes sense, and you come back to it or not. But to go and pay him 40 something, 45, 50 million a year. No, who else was gonna pay Daniel Jones that? Who? I just want to know who. Please tell me. Nobody.
Who else was going to pay Derek Carr $150 million?
That's true. That's true.
All back to scouting. It all goes back to scouting, bro. It all goes back to scouting.
It
Period.
all goes back, bro. And man, so it's just one of the things I was like, damn, I hope the Saints don't end up like that where in 2030
Can,
we sitting 2030 we just looking back just like, damn, like what the
2030,
hell?
we still haven't had a winning season. Our podcast still struggling because these niggas can't win. Haven't had a playoff appearance. Nigga, just like we couldn't have started a Saints podcast 2 years prior to.
Please. We still talking about the first two games of the 2024 season. Like, man, remember the first two games, boy? Remember you was in Dallas?
Dallas, nigga. You, Paul, and Dante with the Chili's afterwards, nigga. No, those was some good times, bro. Lob 32 City says, is Foskey still alive?
I don't know. I really don't know. Like, everybody getting snaps up here.
Everybody, Ryan. I was saying in the preseason, I was like, man, if they cut Legolas over Foskey, that's a crime, bro. Because at least in preseason, you see something from Legolas, bro. He gonna get 3 sacks in the
Get a
preseason.
little effort play or something. You gonna get a little effort sack. Fox can't get you none of that. He ain't getting an effort sack, bro.
Anyway, back to what we were talking about the Giants game. We'll see if Tano plays. I feel like if he does, I'll give boost to the pass rush. The Giants offensive line is bad, bro. Like it is bad. And I know that the Saints pass rush has not been there. This should be to some degree a team that they should get some type of pass rush on. And get some heat on Drew Lock. What's your prediction? You're going with the win?
I'm gonna go with a win, man. I'm going with an ugly win though. It's gonna be like 20 to 16 or something. Derek Carr gonna throw a pick, and it's gonna be one of the ugly wins where it's just like, you just got out of there with a dub, and it's like, okay, But I don't know. I'm hoping Alvin Kamara gets 107 yards
Mm-hmm.
rushing, so he can hit his
Yep.
1,000 yard mark
1,000 yards.
for
Yep.
the first time in his career. Never had a
Which is
thousand
crazy.
yards. Um, I just want to see that. I want to see. I would like to see the defense kind of just tighten up a little bit. Like, go, come on, man. This offense, like, go out there and
Shut him down, bro.
shut this offense down, bro. Shut them down. You ain't got Theo out there. Like, come on, man. Like, go ahead and spank this offense. Don't let this run game. You go out there and let Tyrone and all them guys run the ball on you, bro. It's like, it's going to be another long day. It's going to be
Long day,
cold,
bro.
too. It's going to be cold.
Me, bro. I'm be.
When we played in that cold weather, it was
It was
cold.
cold. Uh, yeah. I think they'll. I think they pull it out. Like you said, I think it's gonna be an ugly win.
But if they don't win,
I wonder. I would just be interested to see if the Giants win, where that shakes up things in the draft order.
that's all
That
I'm
would,
worried about.
because that, bro.
Like I be watching all these 3 and 2 win teams. Like,
Watch
damn,
it,
will
bro.
one of y'all win? Please, somebody win.
I'm pulling it up right now. So you said so Patriots, Panthers, Jets, Titans, Cleveland all have 3 wins. All have 3 wins, and then Cincinnati, Chicago, and New Orleans all have 4 wins. So
Same record as the Bengals. That's crazy.
that's crazy, Ryan. Crazy.
And then when you see
Um,
how Burrow playing, it's like, damn, that's crazy.
to to your point though, we gotta stop with the whole, like you said, what Drew Brees was doing in those years. Like
Oh,
he was putting the team in positions to win, bro. It would be like a minute and 20 left on the clock,
bro,
bro.
minute 20 left. Go ahead, touchdown, and we all sitting there like, damn, we about to lose.
We left too much time, bro. It was like it
Like,
became a thing, bro. Too
yeah,
much time left.
I was like, ooh, 45 seconds left. Damn, too much time. And it'd be right. You'd be right every time. It's
Please stop comparing them. They're not the same. They're not the same.
bro. No.
But anyway, I think we kind of hit it all. Hit on Derek Carr. Hit on the Mickey Loomis thing. Hit on the Giants preview. We will be back Sunday. I don't know what time yet because we gotta, we be taking the subway back to the hotel.
Ooh.
We gotta pack. So we'll record the recap pod on Sunday night, but don't know what time Sunday night. If you make sure you're following our Instagram page, our TikTok page. I am gonna try my best to post as many pictures as I can during the game. Just the experience. It's gonna be fun. I'm be bundled up and shit, but it's gonna be fun as shit, and it's gonna be a good time, man. Like I'm not going for the Saints. I want to be clear with that. I'm not. This trip is not specifically for the Saints. We are going to enjoy, New York, New Jersey,
New York, yeah.
and the Saints just happen to be there. We'll watch the Saints game together, and then we'll come back on Monday. But we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. It's been a long season. The season's winding down. We have a couple of games left. We actually have a game this month. That's the Monday Night Football game against the Packers. Woo! Woo! Lord.
Lord have mercy. I just also wanted to say, look, like we understand, like this is the time of the year where people kind of lose interest in the Saints. But look, we're a Saints podcast. We're gonna keep it popping. So, if you can, support us any way you can, whether that's liking this video, subscribing to our YouTube channel, subscribing to our Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Would it be even better if you could become a Patreon member starting at $1? It's not just giving $1 away. You get access to the Discord. You get access to high quality episodes of this right here available to you with no ads. high quality audio versions available to you with no ads, gifts, get to come to meetups, all kind of stuff just by
Tons.
becoming a Patreon. So please, go to patreon.com/Saints Block Party and just join us, become a part of this great community because the community is awesome. Like you
Awesome, man.
can't be. I put our community up against anybody, bro. Like you
Anybody.
cannot beat it.
Anybody.
Cannot beat it.
I will give the our dude Gilk said the meetups can't be overpraised. They can't.
Can't.
I will say this, like it is really trending, like we will be having a draft meetup in April. So
Come on. Come on.
so
Patreon.com/Saints Block Party.
party.
Come through.
But we appreciate y'all being on, just being sickos. You listen to us talk football so late at night on a weekday. So we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We'll be back on Sunday recapping the game. Saints Giants. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We'll be back on Sunday. With that, we are out.
Peace. Yeah.
All right, bro.
All right, Woody.
All right, bro. I will work on editing this.